Hey, it's David here. Hold on just one second. I'm trying to get Paul on here. Hey, Paul, can you hear me? Paul, can you hear me? Anybody else hear me out there? Let's just make sure you can hear. Paul, I've got you unmuted, but I can't make you a panelist from here, which I thought I could, but I don't see that I can. Okay, if any of you guys can hear me, go ahead and type in the chat box that you hear just fine, please. Want to make sure that you can hear everything going on here. Just type in the chat box that you can hear me. And I'll test my audio to make sure. Yeah, it says my audio is working, but I don't hear Paul. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, hold on. Paul, you've got to be muted on your end because I've got you unmuted here on this end. Now you're muted, so let me unmute you again. How about that, Paul? Can you talk? It says you're on the phone. Hold on just a second, guys. We've got a little bit of a disconnect here.
Hey, David, can you hear me okay?
Paul, gotcha. Yep.
Gotcha. All right. Good deal. All right. Yeah, apologize
Okay.
for that. That app has issues sometimes.
Yeah. I understand. But I think everybody
All right.
can hear us.
Yeah, I think they can hear us now. That's great.
Okay.
Perfect. So, hey, guys, I just want to thank you all for coming out on this Wednesday afternoon or evening, depending on where you're calling in from. So, if you guys could just do a quick just yes that you can hear. David has a really killer training for you guys. So, for those that don't know, I've known David for many, many years online. We go way back, and we've done a lot of business together over the years. And David is one of those that has found a way to make money on autopilot, which I absolutely admire the way he does it. And so you're in for a real treat because he is, does a lot of stuff that generates hands-free income, which is something that we all could use more of. So I'm really excited to have him here, and I'm going to let David kind of take it away. He's got a lot of training, and I'm going to just mute out so you guys don't, hear me in the background so you can focus on what David has to say. But I appreciate, him being here. This is really good stuff, so take some notes, and you guys are in for a real treat, and hope you guys enjoy it. So thank you, David. I'll let you take it away.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So Paul's right. We are going to go through a lot of information here today, and it is all about creating what we call evergreen cash funnels. And evergreen cash is what every business owner needs. Evergreen cash is the key to every business. I don't care what your business is. So if you're an online business or an offline business, this is the thing that you really want to do more of. You want to make sure that you're doing this all the time, because if you don't have an evergreen base in your business, you're always scrambling. And I don't know about you, but I do not like to scramble these days for more money, more cash, more business. It's just not that fun. Okay. So before we jump on into what we're covering today, I do want to say that Paul and I have worked together for a long time. I've really enjoyed Paul's company since he was about 10 years old. or at least it seems like that. You know, does that guy ever get old? I'm really just asking here. If anybody else thinks that Paul is perpetually 12 years old, he drinks this elixir every morning that keeps him looking like a 12-year-old, and I do not believe that Paul is you know, he can't possibly be 30. Can't possibly be 30. So, you know, the guy is perpetually 12 years old to me. So I'm just saying, Paul's got something going on there. But anyway, Paul and I have done business forever. It seems like 15 years now. Ever since I started, we've done some kind of business. Either I was buying from him as a customer or selling his stuff as an affiliate, or we were doing webinars together or JV launches together or whatever it was. And I always enjoy working with Paul, and he's a really top-notch, sharp guy. So, you know, you're in the right hands with Paul. So I've got 3 questions before we get started here that I want to throw at you just to make sure that you're in the right spot. And I'm going to ask you to participate in the chat box when I request these answers. So go ahead and type in there the answer to this question. Do you want more cash every day whether you work or not? Yes or no? Is more cash every day whether you work or not important to you? It is incredibly important to me, so I assume that if you're in business, it is really important to you. So type yes, please, in the chat box if this is something that is really specifically something that you're looking for in your business today. Automated, cash, all the time. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm seeing some yeses come in here. This is great. Second question is, would you like to have more time in your life to do what you want? So cash is one thing, but if you don't have time to be able to do what you need to do all the time, you know, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, to make more money, and not have any more time. So is time something that you really want to get more of? Is time an essential currency in your life that you want to make sure that you're getting more and more of? So yes, type yes in the chat box if that is in fact the case. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, and the third question is, would you like to work less and only when you really want to? So, you know, this is the big deal. Being able to do more, have more time, have more money, but really being able to work less and having systems in place that help you work less. So that's the culmination of all of this, is to be able to get more time, more money, work less. And then when you have this, you want to be able to, you know, basically focus on your dreams. Do you have dreams? That's a big question for a lot of people. A lot of people don't really have dreams, but you might have something that you would really like to do. You know, for me, it's my wife and I love to travel. We do a lot of beach. We go to the beach a lot. We go to New York. We just got back from a trip to New York. And by the way, that trip to New York, I was there for 5 days, didn't take my computer. And because of our Evergreen cash funnels, we did 10 grand while I was in New York for 5 days having fun. We almost spent 10 grand, but you know, that is what it is. So the really interesting part is being able to do what you want, pursue your dreams. My wife and I have a dream of traveling together a lot and spending a lot of time together. So you know, type in the chat box what your dream is, and we'll come back and talk about this in a little bit. So make sure that you're focused on the big dreams that you have as you're building out your business. All right, so I am David Perdew, and this is Evergreen Cash Funnels. And as we get into what we're going to talk about today, I want to make sure you understand that I absolutely believe a lot of things about business, and I believe in ethical business. I believe in business that works for you all the time. I believe in business that works even when you're just starting out. I believe that you can start making money soon with your business. Now, mostly what I believe is that you can do this. I believe that you have the capability of doing Evergreen cash funnels. And I don't care where you are in your business. If you have no products or you have no list so far or any of that, you do have the capability of doing this. If you have a business, and this is a stage, we call this the 300 stage. We've separated out our experience levels in business in the 100, 200, 300, and 400, kind of like a university. The 100 is the beginner with nothing but an idea. The 300 is the person who is making some money, working their rears off. And when they do that, they don't have any time and they're frazzled, but they're constantly working. And those folks really need a base. of income, and they're the ones who really are looking for some evergreen cash. So no matter where you are in your business, I believe you can do this. So we're going to jump in here and make sure that it does suit your needs as we go. So why am I qualified to tell you about this? Well, there's a lot of information there about what I've done. I am the founder and CEO of Novice to Advanced Marketing System. It's been around since 2007. I've been online selling business training since 2005. I've done niche marketing and affiliate marketing, and we've had 14 live events. But the truth is, the main reason that I can tell you about this is because it works for us. And I'm going to show you a bit of a case study when we get into this program about how it's working for us and what kind of success you can have with it as well as you get going. It takes years to do this. It took us 7 years to build out our system. It's not going to take you that long to do that. In fact, we think you can replicate a lot of what we're doing to get your foundation in place in 30 days. So that's the thing I'm most excited about as we go through this. And it's because of the experience that we have building this out that you're going to be able to take advantage of that as we come to the end. And I'm going to show you how to work with us a little bit more. So one of the things I did about the NAMS community, I created the NAMS community because I was so frustrated I didn't have a community. I was working in my basement in my log house in the woods for a long time solo, and I just felt like I was all alone in my business, and I needed people that I could bounce ideas off of, and you know, we could work together on learning how to do things. I'm a big believer in everybody rising up with you. You take a group of people and we all learn, we share what works and what doesn't work, and we continue to move forward. And that's why I created the NAMS community. So I do have a lot of offline pre-online experience, and that was 20 years as in the news business as an editor, publisher, writer, photographer. I was an adjunct lecturer at 3 colleges and universities, including my alma mater, Indiana University, and I did 17 years as a consultant, an independent consultant, my own business, with the largest back and forth. It was always nip and tuck between who was really the largest telecom company in the world, or in the U.S. Let's say in the U.S. for sure. And one of the things that I learned there, well, I'm going to get into a lot what I learned there, but it's about passive income, and you're going to see how even big corporations are focused on passive income. So one of my claims to fame as a consultant was I was the troubleshooter. I was the person they brought in as the troubleshooter. And one of the problems they had when I first started with them was that they needed an e-billing system to collect payment. Believe it or not, a major corporation that needed to collect payment online. And this was in the early 2000s. But we went from 0 to 120 million collected in the first year. So I was pretty proud of that project. Probably the most important thing you should know about me, though, is I love passive income. If it can be automated and can drive more passive income, I'm all about it. And the reason, of course, is that, you know, I like to travel with my wife. Like I said, this is us at a national championship in New Orleans that we went to. We follow football as well. So we went to an Alabama football national championship in New Orleans. This is this is my house that I built myself in on 95 acres with a lake and 60-foot waterfall. Looks like a small log house from this picture, but it's about a 2,500 square foot log house, 3 stories in the back. It's just off a cliff. And I built this bad boy myself, and it was maybe the best experience I've ever had. I really loved doing that kind of thing, but I'd never done it before. And I'm a huge believer that if you can follow instructions and take the initiative to do what you're told, you can do just about anything that you put your mind to. And that house, by the way, is a testament to that belief for me. And of course, there's the beach in Florida. We go to a lot of beaches. We like to travel, like I've said about 10 times already, and that's just one of those. Here's the back side of that house. And that's my wife walking down the hill to the water that we have. We got an 8-acre lake back there that I've stocked with fish, and we really enjoy spending time in the woods. It's a good thing because we have a lot of woods around us. But this life that looks like such a great life wasn't always a great life. When my wife and I got married many years ago, I had $256,000 in unsecured debt. $256,000 in unsecured debt. Essentially, it was credit card debt and personal debt that wasn't backed by any collateral. So that's what unsecured debt is. It took me about 7 years to pay that off, but I did pay that off. And I did it through my consulting work mostly, and then I actually had the ability to do online business as well, and continued to build more wealth, more opportunity with the online business, and I love that. Now I love the consulting business too. The consulting business is problem solving, and the fact is that I think any business is all about problem solving. So as I said before, I really do love this business, and I love the freedom that it gives us. And when we go through this process, you're going to find out exactly what it takes to build that kind of freedom. So before we get into the automated 6-part funnel, though, we're going to focus on 3 foundational keys that help you understand exactly why you need to listen closely and implement everything we talk about. By the end of the presentation, you'll discover the 6 parts of an automated sales funnel. You'll be able to generate cash while building your list. You'll help prospects know, like, and trust you. That, by the way, is the key to controlling your cash flow. How quickly can you get people to know, like, and trust you? And how quickly can you get them to purchase from you? We're going to talk a lot about that as we go. That's a really important point of this. And it's something that every online business person talks about, is the KLT, right? Know, like, and trust. So get more cash coming in with follow-up systems. You're going to improve your customer value, how much they spend with you over a period of time. You're going to put the right offer in front of the right market. You're going to treat each prospect differently based on their behavior. And you're going to serve your prospects much better while making even more money. So discover how to create fast follow-up communications, and you're going to understand why it's essential to always have pixels on your pages. Now, maybe you don't understand what pixels are, but you might already be familiar with pixels. I guarantee you that pixels are being used on you. And we'll talk about that in a little bit when we get to that spot in the presentation. But pixels are really important, and we can call those tracking codes or pixels. It's all it is a code. It's just a piece of text. Now that's a really big promise. So how can I be sure that all of this is going to be delivered today? Well, because we've done it. I mean, we do this every day. We focus on it every week. We watch our numbers. We have had quintuple growth in the last 10 months, quintuple growth by using this system. Quintuple, that's 500% in our monthly revenue. So I'm really excited to tell you that this works, and I'm going to show you exactly how it's working. Now, the important thing to remember is we want you to see how you can do this in less than 30 days, okay? So this all starts with basically an exchange of value for cash, an exchange of value for cash, and you start with a gift. Now, this is not rocket science. This is marketing 101. Give stuff away, and you'll do that, all of this, without selling. That's the really great part about our system is, I'm not a salesperson. I am not somebody who really likes to sell a lot. I do love to build relationships. I do love to help people and solve problems, like I said earlier. So if I'm giving away free, high-value content to serve my prospects, then I'm actually building a relationship. I'm not selling something. I'm building the relationship. Now, this is not new news, right? Everyone says to give your prospects a piece of free content to get them on your list. But we've taken this opt-in concept beyond anything else you've seen, and we back it with a funnel that delivers more of what people want, and they're willing to give you money for it because you're serving their needs. And there's 3 concepts that we're going to go over in this, and the last one, the third one, contains the case study part of this. But before we dig into it, you're probably thinking, that's all great, but what if I'm not getting any traffic yet? Well, we all know that traffic is the key to everything. So if you don't have traffic, you can't even make mistakes because you don't know what kind of mistakes you're making. You got to have traffic before you can do that. So we're going to give you a free report just for being on this webinar until the end. It's actually an ebook. It's like 90 pages called Rapid Traffic Secrets, and it is 28 ways to drive traffic that you can start with today. So just hang in there, and we'll get this traffic to you, and we'll even talk a little bit more about traffic toward the end to help you see how that fits into the whole picture. But first, let's just jump in here with the first key, okay? And that first key is to have a real vision, a real vision. A real vision is something that something that you see for your business and your life. You don't want to leave your life out. So what do you want it to be? What do you want your vision to be? It has to be something that's calling you. It could be whatever your vision is. It could be something huge, or it could be something that is smaller. But I like to encourage people to have a huge vision so that they can actually work up toward it. We spend a lot of time dealing with our folks on making sure they know why they're doing what they're doing. So about 7 years ago, I had a vision of creating an automated business that generated cash all the time. That was my business vision, right? But the business vision of something that generated cash all the time was serving my life vision as well, which has boiled down to basically our mantra, which is freedom and flexibility. Having financial freedom and the time freedom to be able to do what we want to do, and the flexibility of a process and a job and a whatever it is, my business, so that I can do whatever I want to do. That's the flexibility part that's so important to me. So it's freedom and flexibility really encompasses my entire vision. So I created this business vision that I'm going to show you as an overview. It's just a picture. And it's just you're not going to use this vision, but you're going to create your own vision, right? And it can be anything. It can be a picture, it can be a Word document, it can be an Excel sheet, it can be whatever you want to do. It can be a vision board. And it does not have to be a business. It can be a life goal. But your business can serve the life goal. I want to repeat that. Your business needs to serve the life goal. Mine is a little complex. And I'm going to show you this because I'm a big picture guy, and I just want to show you the complexity of my vision here in a second. But because I'm a big picture guy, I needed a translator, right? I'm a big planner, a complex thinker. I needed a translator, and that's my daughter, Jennifer. She's a very detailed person. She's task oriented and incredibly conscientious. I mean, she can take my vision and kind of drill down with me into doable chunks. Now, I can do that too. I just don't like to. So my daughter loves that part. She loves creating the executables in our entire vision. So, you know, if you've got somebody like that in your life, great. If you are somebody like that in your life, if you're the person, great. You're always going to need somebody who is a detailed person, but you can hire this done as well, as long as you know what you need and you can articulate it. So find yourself a translator to help you implement whatever you need. Like I said, I like pictures. So here's my big vision that I created 7 years ago, and we still use it today. It comes down to 3 parts: lead generation, single purchase, and membership. This is the recurring income. Recurring income is kind of the key to building a base. The single purchase is really just the next step after somebody opts in. So the single purchase is like, you know, you opted in for a report, you might want this piece of software that serves that, you know, or this training course or this book or whatever it is. So the lead generation drives people in, then they make a decision. Are they going to buy or are they not going to buy? Everybody is always making a binary decision. That is a yes-no decision. Everyone always makes a yes-no decision. And once you understand that yes-no drives your entire business, everything along the way is a yes-no decision. So did you buy this product? Yes or no. Did you buy this product? Yes or no. We're going to treat you differently based on the actions that you take. All right, so this is already feeling a little complex, but I want you to know that it doesn't have to be this complex. That's my system, right? So what I want, that's my vision. So what I want to show you though is that all you really need to start your vision, to implement your vision, is 3 things. You need something to present offers with. via landing pages. This can be a basic WordPress site or something like ClickFunnels or Lead Pages or any landing page builder like Thrive Themes or Optimized Press, or what we use is Beaver Builder. And we like Beaver Builder so much that we actually give it to our Insider Club members. The next thing you need is a way to take money. You just need a way to take money. You can use any platform like Warrior Plus, JVZoo, Zaxa, or even PayPal. We use PayPal Merchant account, and we like it just fine. So you can use almost anything to just take money as long as you have a way for people to give it to you. The third thing you need is a way to communicate with prospects and customers automatically. Now, my entire 7-year high-level vision is based on these 3 things: making offers, collecting money, communication. That's really all it is. Making offers, collecting money, communication. So this can be very inexpensive, and it can be very simple. And I'm going to show you as we go through this. The key is to identify your processes. So you want to identify the processes that you're using, document those processes, and create templates that you use over and over again for these repeatable processes. Now, this is the heartbeat of every Evergreen cache system. You don't ever want to have to repeat. I mean, if you're rebuilding everything every time you do it, then you don't have a real system in place. What we want to do is give you the system that you can use to, including templates and checklists, to implement your processes over and over again. So we're going to show you at the end how we leverage all of this with templates and repeatable processes. Okay. So here's the key concept and action for the key concept number 1. Key concept number 1 was vision. Create a big vision that gives you the lifestyle that you want for you and your family. And the first action is to use your templates. Make sure that that the templates that you're using in your business support the vision and processes you've created. So remember, everything that we do supports my vision of freedom and flexibility for me. And that is including that business vision that I showed you. So you really have to know what you want in your business and life going forward, right? So, okay, so second key is focusing on passive income. Paul and I have talked a lot about this. Passive income is so important to your business. It's really not great. It's not great at all when you wake up every day and wonder where your cash is coming from. I mean, it's so nice to be able to know that you've got cash coming in. For example, my daughter and I will talk about our cash, our receivables, our recurring income coming in through the month. So we know that we're building our recurring income. About 1/3 of our entire revenue every month is recurring income. That varies. Sometimes it's 1/3, sometimes it's 1/2 of the income. But a solid base of our business that covers our expenses is recurring income. When that's covered, then you can sleep easy at night. I can guarantee you that. So tell me what you think, and I ask this of everyone, tell me what you think passive income is, because there's a lot of misnomers about passive income. So if you're going to focus on passive income, what do you think passive income is? Go ahead and type in the chat box what you think passive income is. I'm going to wait just a second, see if we got some people who have a good sense of what passive income is. You might think it's one thing, but I can guarantee you that passive income is the key to everything that you're going to do. And while I'm waiting on you guys to type that in there, I'm just going to give you the answer that I got from my mentor many years ago. And Paul knew this guy too, and we both really thought the world of him. This is Mark Hendricks. Mark told me once, do the work once, get paid forever. That's passive income. Do the work once, get paid forever. When he told me that, I thought, man, this guy is just giving me incredibly simple advice. Everybody would like to do that, right? Do the work once, get paid forever. What he was really giving me was profound advice. If this drives your business, it'll change the way you do everything. So when you start thinking about Evergreen Cash, you'll realize quickly that this is the key to all of that. You want to build on what you did yesterday. So if you've got $1,000 coming in as of from the work that you've already done and it came in yesterday, you want $1,000 new dollars to come in today and build on that. So so you've got 2,000. That's the way passive income works. You want more and more and more of the passive income to keep coming in. And we're going to talk about more about that as well as we go through this, and I'll show you some of this in the funnels as we go. So the power of automated sales funnels, and why you need to focus everything you do on creating those sales funnels with passive income is because of this one thing. Remember, do the work once and get paid forever, okay? So, but first, to be able to do that, you got to know what works, and to be able to know what works, you got to understand numbers. And this is where people get a little confused because they think, oh my goodness, this is analytics. This is stuff that I don't have any ability to understand. It's high-level math. It's not. It's grade school math. It's addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. That's all. Math is a good thing. You want to get comfortable with numbers if you're going to be in business. And all you have to do is understand what works and what doesn't. And you can do that by tracking what you do. So knowing your numbers means that you have to track everything. Now, remember I mentioned tracking codes and pixels earlier. We're not done talking about those yet, but I'm going to tell you there is if you use a WordPress site as your base, there is a free plugin called Tracking Code Manager that we use, and you see this one is Pro, so we went for the paid version of it. But there's a free version of this that allows you to track 6 tracking codes. And if you're not doing any tracking on your site, start with the free version. And what you can do is get Facebook pixels or Google Analytics pixels or any other analytics software that you use and actually track what's happening with your traffic. The goal of tracking codes is to understand where people come from, what they do when they get there, and how you can communicate with them about, and what you should communicate with them about when they leave. So those 3 things are really important. Where'd they come from? What are they doing? And how do you communicate with them when they leave? And as we go through our funnel, you're going to see all this information. So just remember that with key number 2, it's more passive income. Change your thinking so that everything you do becomes an opportunity for creating long-term passive income. And the second action is track everything. So the only way to know what's working and what's not is to track every detail. And you can do that with that little free plugin that I showed you, Tracking Code Manager. So if you're using WordPress, there are other tools you can use if you're not using WordPress. And like I said here, if you're not tracking your numbers, you cannot possibly win this. So the third key, this is where we're getting into some of the case study pieces of this. The third key is turning leads into customers automatically. And I want to add to this quickly, because that's what we want. We want to do this quickly. So we've talked about automation from the beginning, right? Turning leads into customers. And those are, that's the basis of every marketing opportunity, right? Turning visitors into leads, leads into customers. And visitors are people who are seeing your material for the first time, or they haven't signed up for anything previously or whatever. But my point is that you're going through a process, right? And you could think visitor, leads, customers. That's the elements that will make you money. Visitor, leads, customers. So this is the magic of online marketing. And frankly, it's the magic of any business. I mean, my wife and I, we use the same dry cleaners that we've been going to for 15 years. And the reason is because we stumbled in there as a visitor. We gave them our business for the first time with a shirt or a pair of pants or whatever it was, and now we go once a week or twice a week to this place, and we become friends. We know these people. We take them cake and cookies at Christmas time, and they take care of us. Whenever I've got a crushed button, it's no question they fix it. Whenever there's a stain, they get rid of it. They do whatever they can because we have the know, like, trust, and this is where the know, like, trust becomes so important. And it also becomes quantifiable. It becomes quantifiable because you're tracking all of it, right? So you're going to see how quickly people go through the know, like, trust with you. Now, we're not talking about individuals here, but an aggregate. So if you get 100 people in, you know what your 100 people on average are going to do. So you got to remember, though, before we get to the funnel, key number one, vision, and key number two, which was the more passive income, focusing on more passive income, those two are there first for a reason. If you go straight to creating funnels, you're going to make a little bit more money. But if you have those first two in place, vision and more passive income, you're going to build a life. You're going to build a business. You're going to build something that you can actually sell. You're going to build something that that gives you everything you really ever wanted. So that's why these three things are so important together. So this is where we start. And it's a very, very simple opt-in funnel. And this is where everybody starts, as a matter of fact. It is an opt-in box with a confirmation page, an autoresponder database, and an upsell or a download page or an opt-in gift download. So we start there. We use this process, but this is not the entirety of it. We have a whole lot of detail that goes into ours that we're going to share with you today so that you can see exactly why ours works in an automated evergreen way. Okay, so but first I wanted to introduce you to David Bear. David Bear is one of our clients. David Bear is he came into our system in 2014. You can see on the screen it was May 20th, 2014. He downloaded a report, Surefire Passive Income Report. Now, remember that report because I'm going to talk about it in a few minutes. That was a free report talking about passive income. Over time, David bought the NAMS 14 workshop. We met face-to-face at the workshop. We've become friends. He's promoted our stuff. We promoted his stuff. David he brought the product funnel training courses from us. He bought these other things, the Insiders Club, the Elite Membership, the Marketing Suite software. His total value to us is almost $4,000 today. As a customer value, almost $4,000. Now, I asked David, by the way, if I could share this information with you, and he was very happy to do that because he's way on the other side of the know, like, and trust. He is one of our promoters. He's one of our evangelists. He loves NAMS, talks about our Insiders Club all the time. So we love David too, and we wanted to share this with you about him. But David is one person. You can't build a business around one person. I mean, it's great to have David, but we need thousands of Davids for our business to be viable. And same for you, for your business to thrive. So this is the really important part about this whole process, is that you need numbers. You need more and more people coming in all the time. So how do you get them? Well, we use Facebook ads, solo ads, blog posts, free reports, more and more traffic, paid and free, to grow our opt-ins, grow our list, and it really does come down to your list, having the right targeted list, and to grow those people and get them in our funnel automatically all the time. Now, we're going to look at a Facebook ad opportunity today. We're going to talk about using Facebook ad to drive into a funnel where we're doing this whole cash flow projection, cash flow ROI on our new leads. And we're going to focus just on this one Facebook ad and one new leads. And we're going to focus on one that we're using that is giving us $1.65 cost for a Facebook ad. So we know over a period of time that our average cost for this Facebook ad is $1.65 to get a new opt-in. That's not bad. We're doing pretty good job of getting a new lead. That's not bad. So once we know that number, we can look at some other numbers to understand how well we're doing. So once we know our ad cost or our acquisition, this is often called cost of acquisition. What the cost of acquisition is, we can look at our numbers to see what kind of ROI we're getting on that number. So on this line of business in 2017, we saw that we were spending $1.65 per new lead. And we were making 78 cents in 7 days on that new lead. 78 cents in 7 days. So we're not even close to being able to recoup our money. We've still got it's like 60% negative ROI there. 14 days, it's $1.64. So we've got 1 penny short. We're not making money. We're still losing money at 14 days. 30 days, $1.65. So we're just barely breaking even. These are the average numbers for 2017, by the way, for this one ad, for this one line of business. But at 60 days, we were doing $2.42. So after 60 days, we are in the money. We are, everything after that is gravy for this new lead. If he buys another product, and I will tell you that our new lead values for the year was $18. So that was good. $2. So our new leads were bringing in $18 on a $1.65 ad cost by the end of the year. Okay, so now that we know those numbers, what can we do? Oh, wait, before I go there, is there an obvious problem with this that you see? It's a problem that really, really bothered me. So I want to grow fast. I'm not somebody who likes to sit around. And 60 days for me to recover my money and make money is, I'm not satisfied with that. Now, I have a coach, and I recommend to everyone have a coach, even if you are a coach. And my coach thought this was great. He thought these numbers were great. And they are. They're good. A lot of people aren't doing that well yet. But I wanted better numbers. So how could we improve that cash flow and improve those numbers? There's basically 4 ways. We can reduce our cost of acquisition. So if we could get our $1.65 down to $1 by improving our targeting or incorporating more free retargeting opportunities in there, or I don't know, maybe going through some Facebook, it all comes down to retargeting for the Facebook ad. The second way we could do it is to increase our spend on acquiring new leads. So that's going to cause us some cash flow problems if we just spend more money. So it's doable, and a lot of people do it. You can always go out and borrow 100 grand and know that you're going to get it back in 60 days, but you're always going to have 100 grand short. You're always going to be borrowing more money to feed the monster, right? And so that's another way you can do it. The third way is to shorten the timeline to profitability. Now, an example of how to do this is if you're mailing in a follow-up sequence and you're mailing every 3 days, you might want to mail every 2 days if you have an offer in there. And if they take you up on the offer faster, then you're shortening the timeline to profitability. And then the fourth thing is to increase lifetime value by offering products that are higher priced. So if you're offering as a first low-cost item product that might be $7, you might try $15. And if you do $15 and you get the same conversion rate, then you're going to increase your ROI by 100%. So that's a great way to do this as well. So we incorporated almost all of these in our system. And we were able to improve our numbers. This year, we have focused on improving our numbers. And we're looking at, now remember, this started for us like 10 months ago is when we really started implementing these automated funnels. In October, we actually opened it up to the world and let our affiliates and everybody promote these automated funnels. And October turned out to be our best month. We didn't do any sales, no sales promotion, except for our automated funnels. October was our best month last year. So we knew that this was something we wanted to pay close attention to. So here's what's happening this year. And I think you're going to be a little shocked by this. Now remember, we tweak this and improve it every week. So as it gets closer, the better our numbers as we get tighter on our days. So the 7 days is going to be our best numbers. 60 days out is including stuff that wasn't quite honed in, but that number is $4.85. Look at that. That's a 200% improvement over the 2017 end of year numbers at 60 days. That's a 200% improvement. And what is that in dollars? That's about $3.20 profit, because our ad cost is the same, $1.65. We didn't improve the ad cost. So we're getting about $3.20 profit on a 60-day new lead. That's just over a period of time. 30 days, it jumped because we were honing in and tightening up, improving all the time. $8.24. That's a 500% increase in new lead value and $6.59 return on our $1.65. That's awesome. My coach is just jumping up and down about this. He can't believe that we're doing so great with this right now. But he also is paying attention to what we're doing because we're doing some pretty incredible things with this. 14 days, $15.50. 945% increase over the year-end $1.64 number. And it's a massive $13.85 return on that ad cost. 7 days, $27.04. Now, these numbers are as of April the 1st. April 4th, I think it is. And I've just looked at those numbers again today. And I didn't pull the screenshot today because I didn't have time to do that. But the 7-day number is up to $40. The 14-day number is $31. And our 60-day numbers are around, I think it was 8.5. So we're really honing in on this thing. And what I expected was as we improve, the base improves. So this continues to improve this top line number, and we can continue to make more and more money from this new lead presentation. So this is from our analytics system. You can see these are the dates. This is the actual pull of the numbers on this one line of business. So February 4th to April 4th, that's 60 days, 485. March 4th to April 4th, that's 30 days, 824. March 21, April 4, 14 days, 1550. March 29 to April 4, 2704. That's pretty cool. That's very nice on that one line of business. So there it is. This whole thing that we've done this with is using our 6-part funnel. So before we get to that next, take just a minute and ask any questions you have about the process that you looked at so far, and we'll get to those as we get to the into the next piece of this. But I want to make sure that you've gotten all of your questions answered up to this point about what you see. Now, if you don't have any questions, we're going to continue moving on. And I'll come back to this too, by the way, so that we can make sure that we capture all your questions as we go through this. But on the next slide, I want to talk to you about the little secret sauce. I mean, this is what we call a surefire thing. I mean, it is a surefire thing to improving your numbers. And this is what the entire piece of the Evergreen Cash Funnels is built on. You saw this before. It's the opt-in funnel. So doing the opt-in funnel correctly is really important. But I want to tell you about how we're doing it on steroids. So here's our 6-part funnel. It starts with the opt-in. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you is you only need to do 2 things. You only need to do the first 2 steps. So if you think this looks complicated, you only need to do the first 2 steps and only part of that, right? And that's going to get you started. So let's just look at what we've got going on here. This is the opt-in piece of it. So it's part 1. We've got the opt-in where people put in their information. So when they come here and they land on this page, this opt-in page, and I'm going to talk about this. Let me just give you a caveat here. I'm going to talk about this entire funnel as if you have the entire thing in place. Then we'll probably come back and take a look at the pieces of it so you understand that you don't have to have the whole thing in place to be able to get started. You can get started and add to it. In fact, you probably want to do that as you're tweaking and testing things as you're going on. So part 1 is the opt-in. So the opt-in is a person comes to your landing page, they see your gift, they decide whether they want it or not, and they put in their information. If they want it, they put in their information. That's a positive experience. That's a yes. Remember, everything we do is a yes or no. Everything we do is a yes or no. There's no maybe. There's no maybe in online marketing. It is yes or no. So, but what happens here is if they put in yes, then we land them on what we call the OTO1 here, which is a one-time offer page. But really it should be just special offer page. It's a thank you page, and it's a sales page. But it's not, what it is not is a delivery page. We do not deliver the product on that page, ever. We don't ever do that. The reason is we want them to give us a good email address here because this is our confirmation. We don't double opt-in people. If you don't give us a good email here, you're going to drop out of our system in 30 days. If you give us a good email, we're going to send it to you in email. And we're going to tell you that on this page. We're going to say in 5 or 6 minutes, you're going to get your download. You're going to get the report that you asked for, the checklist, the template, whatever it is. But while you wait, you may want to take a look at this. So that's the positive piece. That's the piece where we offer you something else. You're making another yes or no decision, right? Now, this is marketing 101 as well, but notice we've added pixels here. This is the tracking code. PX stands for Facebook, GA stands for Facebook Pixel, and a GA stands for Google Analytics Tracking Code. That's on both of these pages. So if I go back to this, remember, I said I want to be able to know what's going on here. If you say yes, I obviously know because you're in our system now. We have you on, we have your email in our system. If you say no, what happens? For most people, what happens is nothing. Most people will bail. Most people will say, oh, well, they didn't take me up on this. But because we have these tracking codes down here, we know if you did or did not take advantage of this. If you didn't take advantage of this, you're now in a Facebook list, or we've got you in Google Analytics, so we can remarket to you there. But we've got you up here now if you said yes. So you're in the system if you said yes. So part L, by the way, this is a low cost offer here that is at least congruent with the opt-in. So the opt-in is a checklist or a template. This is a low-cost offer, $7, $15. We even have them up to, I think our best performing one right now actually is $48. So that's a low-cost item. Now, 20% of our revenue from this funnel comes from this, from right here. People take us up on this, and it creates 20% of our revenue. That's not a lot. What happens to the other 80%? Well, they said no. And so we drop them into this email series. By the way, when they're up here looking at this, we have a little timer on the page that's called a fast action timer, and we offer them a 50% discount on that low cost item, remember? So if it was $15, we're going to give it to you for $7, let's say. But as they drop into the email series down here, and we usually do 7 to 9, I've only put 4 in here so you understand that it's an email series. We usually do 7 to 9 email series on this piece. This is called a nurture email series. A nurture email series. The very first email, and this is a special little trick, is to ask you, did you get the download? Did you get the download? Here's a link to the download, whatever it was. Please reply and say, got it. Just so we know, because we want to make sure you got what you asked for. So just say, got it, in a reply to us. Now, that does a couple things. First is it's a great psychological thing because we're establishing a one-on-one conversation with the prospect. We're establishing a one-on-one conversation. Remember, they haven't purchased yet. We're establishing a one-on-one conversation with them. They think we do care whether they got that download, so we've made that clear. The second thing we're doing is creating a two-way conversation between ISPs. Our ISP sees, oh, we sent them an email and now they've responded back to it. So this is okay. We can deliver emails to these people because they know each other. And so the ISPs are giving us better deliverability that way. Okay, so if this is 20% of our revenue, this is 80% of the revenue on this income stream right here. And the reason for that is that email 1, email 2, email 3 are all about us and them. It's about our story, basically, who we are, how we got started, why is this important, why was this opt-in important. 2 is about them, what they got, why they need it, what the problem is, how we can help them with that. And 3 is where we show them how they can purchase this again, but they don't get it for 50% because that was the initial offer up here. Now they might get it for 70%, 80%, 100% of the offer price. And we get 80% of the people buying from 3 to 7 in this, most of them here at 3 are buying this opportunity up here. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 of our 6-part funnel. And remember, they said this was a yes or no. So this was the no, went down here. This is the yes. We show them OTO2 or another sales page here that is complementary to this. So if they bought an ebook here, this might be a course. It might be higher price. It might be lower price. I don't know. We'll have to figure out, as we go through the funnels, what we want to do with it. And we might add a downsell or a cross sell or whatever. But it is it's basically the opportunity to create another opportunity to spend money with us. That's what we've got here. All right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're making the decision here too, but before we go to that decision, I want to show you what's happening with the retargeting along the way. Remember, we said there's a no portion to this. So it's a yes or no. Everything is a yes or no. So no, they didn't take the opt-in. So when they didn't take the opt-in, we drove down here and we pixeled them. We added them to our Facebook list or our Google Analytics retargeting information. And what happens is we can shoot them an ad on Facebook that says, in this particular line, that says, hey, you didn't take advantage of this. Let me tell you a little bit more about it, or come back and we'll give you something special, or whatever it is. We can give them a retargeting opportunity to get back in there. Most of the time, the retargeting stuff really works for us here. So if they look at OTO1 and they say no, we know that too because we have that code on them. So we can always go back and say, hey, you know what? You might have missed the reason, the real reason for taking this is da da da. We get a lot of sales from our retargeting by doing that. Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is the yes/no decision on OTO2. You deal with whatever happens in email. So yes. This is a consumption series, how to use the product, consumption series, so consume the product. And if it's a no, it's more nurture and sales about that product itself. So about that product itself, we give you a little bit more email in here. So if you purchased here, you don't get these emails. You go over here and get these emails. All right, so now that seems a little bit like a lot of work. And let's just back up again. What you really want to do is this. So parts 1 and 2 get you started. Parts 1 and 2 get you started. You don't have to have the pixels on the pages even. You can get started with this just to make sure you've got something that people are clicking on and buying. If people are buying at a 10% rate here, somebody's opting in and they're buying, even if they're giving you a $1 trial or a $10 for a report or an ebook or whatever it is, and you know that you're getting a 10% conversion or a 5% conversion, or you're getting some kind of conversion, you know that you want to invest a little more time and a little more money into creating the follow-up system. Because remember, that's only touching the surface of what you can get in this. And you just start building these out one at a time. It's one step at a time. So as we go through the Evergreen cash funnel systems, it's important for you to realize that it is basically one thing at a time. That's all you do. Okay. So let's move ahead. I'm sure you're going to have some questions. You might want to get a screen grab of that. I'll leave that up here for about 15 seconds here, or 5 seconds, I guess. So do a screen grab if you want. And we will jump into the next thing, okay? And what I wanted to go back and confirm is that this is the third key, leads into customers. We showed you how to do that. And we showed you ways to, with a little bit of a case study of what we were doing to improve conversions and to get people in there, and how to build that deep pipeline of new leads that you got to have to run any business. The third action is to create these simple automated funnels. So that's really the important part of the entire thing. So creating simple automated funnels. Now, does this work? Does the Evergreen cash system work? When you've never made sales and you've been struggling for a while, it works like gangbusters. I mean, simple success is such a, what do you call it, nectar. It is such a, it's such a great reward for any work that you've done. Now remember, we're doing the work once, getting paid forever. That's the key to this whole thing. So this is Amy. Amy said, not to sound overly dramatic or anything, but the Evergreen Cash system has been life-changing for my business. I have been floundering around trying to make my gardening site profitable for 2 years and just could not get it to grow. I spent tons of money on affiliate and website building programs, but was getting nowhere. I started working with Jen and David, following their exact systems, and saw exactly where I was going wrong and what I needed to do to fix it. The first and most important concept we needed to understand was that list building is king, and this is how web-based businesses like mine would generate a steady income. Not only have I learned from how David and Jen actually write their own email funnels, but I see the exact steps on how to create my own for my particular businesses. In 30 days, I've quadrupled my list and started making sales, all by following their exact methods and using the group for feedback and testing. It's been amazing. So here's the deal. This is not huge. I mean, this is somebody who just getting started, but after 2 years of struggle, they have started getting people on their list. She's now, her list is now about 10 times the size of what it was. She's pushing, I think she's getting close to 600 or 700 people now. So she went from like 50 or 60 to 600 or 700 people on her list in just 30 days. And she's making some sales, which is excellent. Now we're working with her on the rest of the funnels so that she can build out, that was with step 1 and step 2, by the way, just step 1 and step 2. She made huge progress with step 1 and step 2 and step 3, getting those nurture emails in there as well. So she's making a lot of sales from her emails. And what we're going to do is help her build out the rest of those funnels so that she can continually have more Evergreen cash. Now, the one thing I did show you, or I didn't show you, which is what we do, we offer these funnels to people, and Amy's, the reason I'm bringing it up here is Amy's going to do this as well. We offer multiple funnels. So if you want a list building freebie, gift, opt-in magnet, we'll give you that and start you down the path of the list building. But if after a period of time you say, I'm not interested in list building, I'm not going to click on that link, stop sending it to me kind of thing, we're going to send you something on creating your first membership site. So we've got 28 of those. Right now we've got 28 of those. By summer we'll probably have, I'd say, 50 to 60 of those. And people will be able to get into our system all the time. Now, we were a huge broadcast email provider, somebody who sent out emails every day. Now we send out very few broadcast emails, and we send out a lot of campaign emails. But campaign emails are different. You've asked for specific information and joined a campaign. So you're getting specific information about a specific topic in a campaign. We're not doing broadcast emails out to everybody. This is all about segmentation, okay? All right, so that was Amy. Here's Tamara. Remember I talked about people who were working really hard. Tamara has a program called Author to Income. And I love Tamara. Tamara is just a top-notch human being, and she's a great coach, and she's got a great program. And it cost $19.97, but she didn't have a base. She didn't have an automated base in place. So she's really only making money when she sells her coaching program, and her coaching program is sold in 3 or 4 spurts per year. So we wanted her to have a base. And so this is what Tamara said when we asked her how this was working. She said the NAMS Evergreen Cash system using automated sales funnels has been a real eye-opener for me. I hired the NAMS team to implement this system in my business so I could spend more time doing what I love, teaching my students. In the last 30 days, we've added $1,300 in new sales using their system. Now, $1,300, that's not a life-changing amount of money. That is a good amount of money. For people who are not making any money, that's a huge amount of money. But for people who are making $10,000 a month, that's, that's 13%. If you're making $100,000 a month, that's kind of pittance. But here's what it is. $13,000 is $15,000 a year. If you do this every month, it's $15,000 a year. If you have, remember I told you we had 28 of these funnels. We have 28 of these funnels, and they're doing almost this much. So in each one of these. So if you have 10 of these, that is $150,000 a year base. That's what we're doing, is building a base so that she can run her coaching program whenever she wants. She can raise the price on her coaching program. Her 1997 coaching program is really a great deal. She could do it for $5,000. And if she had the base, she can do it without risk, right? So that's why these are so important. All right, so now that we know, like Tamara, that your automated funnels have to be simple, like hers, one process at a time, one funnel at a time, like ours, one process, one funnel at a time, we know that we have to do everything we can to stay focused on the simplicity. So for example, even if you don't have any products of your own, you create automated funnels and you'll continue to get sales on the affiliate products that used to be one and done. So you can do affiliate products through automated funnels. We teach how to do that. All automated sales funnels work the same way. So you just do one and you nail it, and then you rinse and repeat after you create the first one. You don't stop. The more funnels you have in place, the more money you make, as long as you're driving targeted traffic to those funnels. And so that's why traffic is so important to the entire thing. But also the more customers you serve. And don't reinvent the wheel every time. So once you've got the process nailed, you keep using the same process. You use the templates and repeatable processes to make your workload smaller. You create templates, you tweak templates, you make templates your own to take advantage of your repeatable processes. Also so that you can have other people, i.e. outsourcers, help you build out these funnels. So remember, our goal is always to get more time and more freedom. Yours, I guarantee you, if you're in business, you want more time, you want more financial freedom. That's why you're in business. You didn't get into business so you could work 80 hours a week. So the way to get more time is to put more people into as many funnels as you want or can automatically. Create a system that works when you don't. Focus on adding value to prospects so they consume your information. That would be with the opt-in gift that you give them and also with the emails that you send them. Never being tied down again because you must be at work. If you must be at work, time's not your own. So getting paid when you're not working. If you're not getting paid when you're not working, you got to work. So if you're not getting paid when you're not working, you don't have the kind of passive income business that we're talking about. So let's look at what we covered today. How to generate real life-changing cash automatically, how to get more time to enjoy the rest of your life by creating evergreen cash systems, how to keep your automated funnels simple even when your vision is pretty huge. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to type in the chat box if you feel like I've delivered on the things that we talked about earlier in what we were going to go through today. I went through an entire slide of the things that we were going to go through today, including how to get know, like, trust better, how to generate more cash, how to automate your systems, how to focus on this. So if you feel like this has delivered on that, please type yes in the chat box. And I'm seeing some. So thank you so much for responding to that. I really appreciate it. Okay. So to make money 24/7, you want these things. You want a clear vision with a focused, clear objective. And you want repeatable templates to execute that vision. Because remember, you might not be the executor. You might be somebody who hires out other people to do this. So you have repeatable templates. High value, free content targeted to your market. High value, free content targeted to your market. Automated funnels using the 6-part follow-up system, and a mentor and peer accountability group to review your stuff. So that may seem like a lot of work, but I can help you achieve this by knowing and using our experience and tools. So I'm hoping that that would be interesting to you. So I'm assuming that the reason you're still here is that this is interesting to you, that getting automated funnels in place is something that you really want to do. If not, tell me what you'd like to see more of, and let's talk about that. But I think that we're on the right track here with the automated funnels. Now, we're going to give you a 3-month masterclass. I want to talk to you about a 3-month Evergreen masterclass where you'll get access to me and my daughter, the automation queen, and much more for that 3-month period. As we go through this, you can decide, are you committed to creating evergreen cash funnel systems, or you continue to just continue to be stuck where you are with the system that you have in place. I'm assuming you don't have automated cash funnels in place before today. That's why you're here. So this is what the Evergreen Cash Funnel is. It is a 3-month program, like I said, 3-month automated funnel masterclass, 3 recorded group calls, and they start tomorrow. So the group calls on April 26th will be live, and we'll go forward from that with recorded once we have completed the 3 monthly calls. So there'll be 3 recorded group calls in here about creating the automated funnels, the Evergreen Cash Funnels, and we'll have the transcripts of those group calls that we'll provide to people. And you'll have 3 months of private email daily access to me. So 3 months of private email daily access to me. But you do get, in addition to this, you do get instant access to our private Facebook group. And you can have access to the Facebook group where you'll get access to me and Jennifer and all of the other people that are in there with Evergreen Cash Funnels immediately. And you can get that access to us there and get support there for your own funnel reviews and those kind of things. So you'll get funnel templates as well. Strategic funnel, product funnel, opt-in funnel, and more funnel templates. So this is, we think that the funnel templates are key to the whole process. So we want to make sure that you get the funnel templates, and we walk you through those funnel templates. You get the autoresponder follow-up templates as well, the 4 nurture series of email templates, the 4 consumption follow-up email templates, and we're going to give you in-depth training on the sales funnels, calling it Introduction to Sales Funnels, and where we get the in-depth training on strategic funnels, product funnels, fixing your funnels, which is all about conversion, and finding, stopping the leaks in your funnels so that you keep more of the traffic that goes through there and convert more of the traffic that goes through there. And then you get ongoing strategies and tactics that to improve your funnels all along the way. For example, I mentioned the affiliate funnel earlier. You're going to get more of those as well. Now, this one is really important. You're also going to get what we call building your opt-in funnel. And remember, you're getting immediate access to all of this. It's in our membership system, and it is a linear process. So you start from the first one and you go through all of them. This one is all about taking a private label rights product, which is, if you don't know what that is, it is something somebody else has created and you have a license to use it. So you can edit it, you can change the graphics, and we show you how to do all of this. Brand it with your own branding, and it becomes your product. Now, what we show you in this process is how to take one of these private label rights pieces of content and turn it into your own gift, your own opt-in gift, turn it into a course, turn it into an ebook, and all from the same product, the same private label rights product, and you've got your complete funnel product built out for you, and it's all congruent. So it is we go through the entire process on how to do this. The reason this is so important is because if you remember, I talked about the Surefire Passive Income Report. That was a $47 private label rights product that I created or bought and then modified and turned into a free report about 5 years ago, maybe 4, maybe 5 years ago. $47 is what I spent on that. And we have done, to this date, $250,000 plus. We've done over $250,000 in that funnel using that product. Now, what we did was we tested it. We created the report. We put it out there to see if people were interested in it, and they were very interested in it. Once we saw that they were interested in it, we built the back end of the funnel to go with it. So there's a course that's involved in it, a low price course that's involved in it. Then there's a training that goes to it. Then there is a insider's membership that gets sold to those people. But we've generated 250 grand from that one private label rights product. That's why this is so important. I expect that that's probably something you're really interested in seeing as well. We're not done yet, though. You also get the automated email autoresponders. what we're doing in this is going through the entire process of writing the email series, of taking those funnels we give you and making those your own with your own voice. First thing we're going to do though is figure out what your game plan is, help you figure out what your game plan is in this course, so that you can see how you should work with your people. Some people can't mail every day. You might be in a niche that would scream if they got an email every day. So you might have to mail every 3 days or every 5 days or something like that. And there may be ways to get around that. We'll talk about that as well. And we'll look at the foundations of your autoresponder. We'll look at using workbooks, templates, and checklists, and writing the content. The way you write is not the way I write, and you have to figure out what your own voice is. We're going to help you do that. And improving conversions in email. That's another place where you need to improve your conversions. Remember, if 80% of our income is coming from email, we want it to convert really well. So putting it all together is the final piece. That is not done yet. That will be done by in the next week or so. And it is step 1, optimization. Step 2, offer thank you page. Step 3 is email nurture series for non-buyers. Step 4 is the offer to page for step 2 buyers. And step 5 is the retargeting pixels on all pages. And step 6 is email nurture and consumption emails for buyers. How to put all of this together to make sure that you have your evergreen cash funnel in place. Now, step 5, retargeting pixels on all pages. Jennifer's going to be highly involved in this course all along the way, but the retargeting pixels on all pages is something that she's going to handle. She's really good at this, and so she's going to walk you through the process. She's also a really good teacher and trainer, so she's going to walk you through that process. So the entire value of all of this is $3,060, $3,060. But of course, you're not going to pay that. But for that $3,060, you get this 3-month automated funnel masterclass. You get the private Facebook group, the funnel templates, the autoresponder follow-up templates, the introduction to sales funnels, the building your opt-in funnel, the automated email autoresponders. You get immediate access to all of those, and then in the next few days, you're going to get putting it all together, which is how to wrap all that stuff together. You're going to go through all of this material. And by the way, these are easily consumed. Most of them are video. We have a lot of transcripts on these as well, so you can follow along. So you'll make sure that you get all of this in a way that you can consume it. So you're going to love the way that we have this set up. But that all is worth $3,060. Here's what we're going to charge everybody after this promotion. $997. This is a massive course. It is a massive process, and the value is through the roof because the value on this thing is absolutely foundational. This is something that you have got to have a real business. Everybody does. Everybody does. Nobody goes into the detail as we're doing to walk you through this process. $997. But for the next 20 people, on this webinar, go to nams.ws/evergreen, and we're going to give you a $500 discount, $497. $497 to get this entire thing and really jumpstart your business. So go to nams.ws/evergreen, and I'm going to put that in the chat box right here so we can get this clickable for you. Okay, and there, that should be. If somebody would check that link to make sure that we're good with that, you should go straight to the cart with that. So just check that link and let me know. nams.ws/evergreen, $497. Now we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. We can offer this because we get very, very few refunds. Our refund rate is less than 3%. And the reason is because we do a great job with the kind of training that we do and the involvement that you get from us. Now, like I said, you get access to Jennifer and me in the Facebook group forever, but you also get private email for 90 days with me, private email for 90 days with me, and Jennifer. If I don't have the answer to it, I will feed it on to Jennifer, and she'll get the answer to it as well. So you have kind of both of us here. So you get all 8 sections of the Evergreen Cash system and this private access and the live calls that start tomorrow. Plus, we're going to throw in this massive traffic playbook course. It is 20 short videos with step-by-step instruction for driving as much traffic as you can handle. Now remember, the traffic stuff is really important. You can't really make valuable mistakes unless you are getting enough traffic in the system. So this is really going to walk you through the process of of creating great traffic in different ways. All right, so that brings all of those things we talked about plus the massive traffic playbook to 3357. And this is the 3 big benefits you're getting from all of this. That's a lot to take in, but this is the 3 big benefits. Coursework, step-by-step training, templates, and checklist, and personal guidance from us. The email access, private email address, daily one-on-one access, private funnel review, and then there's the group support, lifetime Facebook group, peer review, access to me and Jennifer and all the peers in that Facebook group, okay? So it's a charter membership. Like I said, after this promotion, we're going to raise it to $997. The next 20 people get $497 at nams.ws/evergreen, nams.ws/evergreen, and we've added a 3-payment option. So you can do full-time, one-time, pay once, save money, instant access, $497. 3-pay option, pay over 3 months. That's managing your cash, and you get instant access still. It's $175, so it's a little bit more, not much. It's a little bit more to do it on the 3-payment system. Or if you qualify, you can apply for PayPal credit, which will be on the cart, and you can get smaller payments spread over a longer period of time, and still get instant access. And it is 0% interest, I think, from PayPal credit. Not everybody qualifies for that, but if you do, you can take advantage of that as well on that site, on the cart. So again, it is nams.ws/evergreen. Now, let's make sure that I'm answering your questions. So get your questions in the question box, and we're going to come back to these in just a second. I see we've got one already. But I'm going to show you some questions I think you should be asking. Isn't this complicated? That 6-part funnel looked a little complicated, right? But remember, if you do this step by step, you can do part 1, then part 2, then part 3. And it doesn't have to be complicated. The whole thing is a process. The thing about processes is processes are step-by-step fill in the blank. That's what we're doing here. Processes are step-by-step filling in the blank. So it doesn't have to be complicated. You start with a big vision, and then we break it down into doable chunks, okay? So can anyone do this? Absolutely. Anybody can do this. I don't care what your skill level is. Anybody can do this. We have experience with people who are brand new, and we have experience with people who are at Paul's level, actually, who are long-time online business people who have decided to build a bigger base. So we have experience all across the board, and anybody can do this as long as you can follow instructions and do what you're asked to do. Does this work only in the make money online niche? No, man, this is the great part about this. Everybody with a business needs to use this. If you're a network marketer, you need prospects. You need to fill the funnel. If you are a physical product seller with an e-commerce site, you're still looking for people who you're looking for prospects. You want to get them in on the right products that you have. So if you have multiple products, let's say you have a gardening e-commerce site. You want people who are going to be growers. You want people who are going to be consumers. You want people who are going to be providers, people who are service providers. You can actually break out all of those niches, all of those segmentations, and serve all of those people by giving them free content. They download, that they give you their information, and then you provide them with the right physical product information. So yes, it's for everybody. It's for all niches. All niches work this way. All niches work this way. So what if I don't have products or free information yet to use in the funnel? Well, we show you how to get it. We show you where to get it, and we show you what to do with it. So you don't have to have anything to be able to make this work. You might want to test with affiliate products, and we show you how to do this with affiliate products as well. So maybe you're not a technical whiz. Does it take a lot of technology to do this? It takes basic landing page, those 3 things that we talked about. A landing page, a way to take money, and way to communicate with people. So if you've got a WordPress site with landing page builder, a PayPal account, and an autoresponder, you can do this. So you don't have to be a technical whiz. This seems like so much work. What if I don't have the time? Well, again, I'm going to go back to the first one. Isn't this complicated? The truth is, if you don't have the time, you can't do it. I mean, if you don't have the time, you can't do it. But if you have a little bit of time, you can do small pieces of it, and you can start putting things together as they work. I worked a full-time job for 3 years while I was running the NAMS workshops. I worked a full-time job as a consultant, and I was an independent consultant, and I did that for 3 years, and I did most of my work in airports. And so it's really just about your commitment level. What are you going to do? Are you going to get up 30 minutes earlier? Are you going to work 30 minutes later? What is it for you? So, all right, so let's see if I have any other questions over here. Yes, I do. What if I need help? That's what the Facebook group is for. That's what the email coaching link is for. By the way, that is a private email address, and nobody else gets that. How much will you make? Oh, wait, I skipped. This is a question we get all the time. Is this a proven method? This is the proven method. It is the proven method. We have just developed a system that really drives it home with you. You're able to follow the process along the way and not stumble. You don't have to worry about trial and error, because we're going to make sure that it works for you as you go. How much will I make? I get this question from people all the time. How much will I make when I, whatever, fill in the blank? I asked my coach that question too when I wasn't making money. And guess what? He told me with another question, he said, when will you decide to make money? So how much will I make? I can't tell you. It really depends on how much traffic you drive, how much, clean your funnel is, how well it works, but we're there to help you tweak it all along the way and help you identify the things that will keep you making more money. You always want to tweak it and make more money. Are there specific tools you need? It's those 3 things I told you about: landing page, way to collect money, and an autoresponder. Will I get Facebook advertising training? Not formally, but one of the things that Jennifer teaches is pixels. And she's going to go in and show you exactly how we use those pixels to drive our Facebook advertising correctly. I will tell you that we have hired 6 people to do our Facebook advertising, and nobody has ever beat Jennifer's Facebook work. So you're going to learn from her what she does to do Facebook advertising correctly, we think. What about privacy concerns? So everybody's talking today about GDPR, and which is the European standard for privacy, and Facebook and data breach and all that kind of stuff. Those things are going to have an impact on all of us. It's all going to get harder to target. It's going to get harder as we go into this entire thing, but we're looking at different ways of driving traffic, and we're going to really what do you do when you hand off that information to you guys as we find great ways of driving traffic as well, and what will continue to work inside Facebook and other platforms like Google, YouTube, all of that. Do you have to spend money on advertising every month? You don't have to spend any money on advertising. If you think that advertising is the way to go because you control it and want to learn it, great, we'll help you with that. But if you want to do free lead generation through Pinterest or Instagram or Facebook or social media or whatever it is, we do that as well. And so driving traffic is the key to getting people into your funnels if your funnels are working. So you don't have to spend any money on advertising. We do, and we suggest you do, because it's actually the most surefire way of doing it, but you don't have to, okay? So can I get this program later? This is going to expire Sunday evening at midnight Pacific. So Sunday evening, midnight at Pacific, this program will expire. The price will go up $9.97 and it will close. This offer will close Sunday evening. So we want you to jump on this today if possible. We've given you those 3 ways. So again, I've showed you all parts of this: the 3-month automated funnel masterclass, private Facebook group funnel templates, autoresponder follow-up templates, introduction to sales funnels, building your opt-in funnel, automated email autoresponders, putting it all together, and massive traffic playbook for those who act now. That's our bonus for those of you on the call. That's $33.57 is what that comes to, $33.57. 3-pay option. We went through this, the one-time payment, the 3-pay option, and the PayPal credit, and 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to nams.ws/evergreen. I see a question here from Carl that says, how many emails total do you have in the funnel? Do you have emails being sent out in the first day to 60 days? No, our funnels are shorter than that. We do 2-week funnels. And what happens in 2 weeks is if the person has not purchased in 2 weeks or gone through the, goes through the nurture series in 2 weeks, then we move them to another funnel because we obviously weren't able to give them what they wanted. So it's like I said earlier, we don't want a 60-day or 60-day or 90-day or a year-long funnel into something that you don't want. So we want to find out what you want and give you a 2-week funnel with 7 to 10 emails in that 14-day period, maybe even 14 emails into that 14-day period so that you can get access or get people to move quickly. That's what we want, is people to move quickly through the funnels. Okay, so any other questions here today? I want to make sure we're covering everything that you have on this. If you have any other questions, drop them in the chat box now. I hope that this has been helpful to you. I hope that you're seeing exactly how to create evergreen cash funnels and why this is so important. I'm really mostly interested in that you see why this is the way you have to do business. You have to do evergreen cash funnels. Whether you do it with us or somebody else, this is how you build your business. So let's see if there's anything else here. I think that's it. So Paul, thank you so much for having me on here today and allowing me to talk to your folks. And remember, this is going away Sunday, midnight Pacific time. So jump in on this Evergreen Cash Funnel system now, and you'll get all of this at the best price possible. So talk to you soon. Thank you.